Hello everybody. Manufacturing is a pain for many enterprises engaged in production business. We are going to look today at a software which will allow us to manage in a very recent budget our major processes with respect to procurement, managing our inventory, quality, production and maintenance. Let's have a look. Let's open up how we will plan our manufacturing management system. For manufacturing, it is important that we define our bill of materials. Let's take an example of a product, let's say LT bar. For this particular product, I have defined that this product is sellable and is going to be tracked inventory by quantities. I have also defined that this product is going to be manufactured and will be replenished on order, effectively saying that as soon as the inventory goes low, it will automatically generate an action depending on what activity needs to be done. So for purchasable items, it will be buy, and for items that are to be manufactured, it will be manufactured. I have also specified prices with respect to sales if applicable. I'm now going to look at the bill of material once again and see the components. You can see I have put up here a lot of components here: Teflon, copper bus bar, power contactor, relays. For each of these items, I have clearly defined that these are all purchasable items. That means I'm going to purchase the stock from the market. I'm going to purchase this at a certain tax rate, at a certain cost. I've also defined which vendor I'm going to purchase this from, and I've also set my prices accordingly. In the inventory, I've defined that this product purchase item is supposed to be bought and will be replenished as soon as the order is placed or available. The same action I have specified for each of these items. We can take an example. We'll see one more example. I'm going to remove the sellable options. I'm going to track its inventory, replenishment, and the buy option available again. And for purchasable, I'm going to choose a specific item, a specific vendor for its purchases. The same aspect has to be configured for each of the items depending on how you plan to procure the same. This can of course vary from item to item, and of course will be decided whether you want to replenish or not. Some of these items may not be replenishment order. You may be keeping their stock as a minimum stock rule depending on the logic that you will like to build. Okay, here for each of these items you can see we have set the system. Replenishment is already defined, and also note that the right unit of measure is defined for each of them so that there is no illogic. Now I'm going to start making a manufacturing order through the bill of material. In the bill of material, I have also defined what are the different operations that the system is going to go through. I have also specified what is the work center that is going to be applicable. So I can choose a specific work center here. For this work center, I have associated duration and marks, you can see. And for this work center, time efficiency, cost per hour, and all other things have also been activated. Now, once this is ready, you are in position to generate your manufacturing order. The manufacturing order can be created directly from a sales order depending on the configuration. In this example, we are going to create it manually. You can see many of these items are not available as on today. I'm going to manufacture 100 quantities here. The system has specified the operations, machines which has been to be used. No specific byproducts have been defined and the operation types have been selected automatically. As soon as I confirm, the system will take into account what needs to be procured, what action needs to be taken. As you can see very well on the top, 5 purchase orders have automatically been generated from this action, and these purchase orders are primarily to procure these items which primarily are part of this POM. Let's have a look of this purchase order. I can see 5 purchase orders being created. For each of these purchase orders, then there can be a separate cycle in which we are going to procure, send RFQ, negotiate the price, and then possibly release the purchase order. But since in such scenarios and configuration, generally the vendor is predefined, the pricing is predefined, so you are not likely to do all these things as this is assumed, but at no point of time you are restricted. Similar actions have to be taken in each of the purchase orders as we see, and once you do that, order will be confirmed. I'm confirming order for all of them, but of course there would be processes for approval if applicable at all points of time. Okay. Now once the purchase orders have been released, the next action would be to receive these items through the inventory module. We go to our inventory module and I go to receipts. I can see 3 setups to be available today. I can receive them one by one, and of course there could be partial quantities as well. I'm going to receive them in bulk. As soon as I receive them, the original purchase orders, they will be marked as complete, and for each of them the bills can be generated. You can see the quantity and the received quantity are available here. I can upload bills for each of them. And once the bills are uploaded, the system allows us to confirm the bill in the system through the finance module. Moving on to our manufacturing order once again. I can see this quantity is still not available, and we can see the details. The purchase items are still there, but the quantity is still not available. We can look at the forecast and we can see that the 4,000 quantities are on hand, but 6,000 quantities are to be delivered. That means more replenishment has to be done. So I'm going to replenish this again, maybe 50,000 quantities. The system has generated a purchase order. I'm going to quickly confirm this and receive this in the system. As soon as I do so, and I go back to my manufacturing order, you will see now the quantities are available with respect to starting the system. Once this is done, we can force the system to plan for a specific date depending on the choice we make. You can do a one-step operation to produce all the quantities at once, but there is another way where you will go step by step where each of the processes are executed as it is. Please note that the system keeps a track of the time for each of these activities, because with this is related your costing associated with the particular event. These work centers are managed through the shop floor app independently and can be accessed through mobile app also. Under shop floor, you will be able to activate your work centers. You can see here we have the options to activate our work centers which needs to be available. I can see here certain activity being happening at this particular station. I can mark this as done and it will be marked as complete. You can see here, I can mark the second one as started, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Going back to the shop floor again, I can see it is available to a large extent. A lot of these activities are activated. I have the option to mark this as complete. Going back, I have cooling conveyor. So I have multiple activities that needs to be updated over a period of time. Again, cutting station is pending. And finally, the packaging station. Please note that for each of them, the system still needs to allow. When I try to close the production, you can see that the system is giving me a warning that the quality check is mandatory. So here, before I close the product, the system expects me to do the quality check. I can mark this as closed, but the quality check will not allow me to complete. For this, I have defined certain quality point in the system for which the measurement has to be taken. So system is asking me for the measurement. This quality check I am defining to be 24 mm. But before I do that, I'll show you how I have defined the quality point. I've defined a control point for LT bar where I've said that this product should be of 25 mm and the tolerance is 3 mm. So this is something I have defined and I can create multiple parameters here. So this is for the tensile strength. I've chosen 24 mm and as soon as I validate, the quality will be marked as complete. At this point of time, it is possible that there could be some issues in the machine. So system can instigate maintenance breakdown request to the breakdown team. To do so, you can create maintenance request. I can say machine not powering up. I can choose a specific equipment, specific template. I can choose a specific word or work order. It is automatically selected. I can scheduling is high and I can close this. Now the maintenance team from their window will be able to see this request. It's on top priority. And once they see this, they are going to set up their activity. Any instructions can appear here. They are going to mark it in progress. Over a period of time, they are going to mark their notes. Voltage fluctuations installed generator. And finally, once it is done, I'm going to mark it as repaired. Once this is closed in my manufacturing order, I can go ahead and produce all, which means closure of the items. Please note that the closure of items will ensure that all your inventory is consumed. Also, the inventory which has to be produced, which is LT bar, is also going to the stock location. All the transfers can be seen here. I can see the stock visibility and the material is coming from stock to location, as you can see very carefully. And if we go into traceability, the system will show me what items have been consumed here, pre-production to production in terms of quantities. I can very well see all the movements of products, items which have been moved from pre-production to production and then production to stock, which is LT bar 100. Of course, there could be rejections and other activities. Under overview, I can also see the real cost of material LT bar. So I can see the unit cost is 41,250, but the real cost is 41,25037.58. I can see the details of bolt purchasing. I can see the different operations and their costing, which essentially allows me to do the printing. This marks my closure of the items and all my stock is now available in the inventory. Going back to the inventory, I will be able to review my stock. You can see the quantity, and if I look at the history, I will be able to see what quantities have been produced over a period of time. And as we can see, this is the latest transaction which has happened. This ensures that your complete workflow, right from manufacturing, managing BOMs, managing quality, managing maintenance, and procurement of these items are available through the system. That's all for this video. Thank you very much. Keep subscribing to our channel. Thank you.